Alright. Maybe you can hear me, maybe you can't. Damn. You never hear me on these videos. Doing an injector today. 3500. Cylinder. Already determined that it's cylinder 7. So we're gonna go ahead and break it down. Alright. So just got everything pulled. I ended up having to inspect the cylinder bore scope to make sure that the valves are good. They're a little recessed. So I'm gonna have to set overhead and make sure that it's getting good tolerance, otherwise I'm gonna have to replace our head. Old injector, new injector number that I'll program in. Rocker shaft. Your claw for your injector cap, injector puck. This goes underneath this in the head, and then your bridges for your head valves, your exhaust, and your intake. Now set overheads here after I'm done. So you gotta do that. All right, now we got the bridges on, injector in, cap on, injector arm is. Everything put together. All I gotta put is the front shaft like right now, and then we'll see what it looks like after I put that in. Alright, what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna program the injector. They have specific numbers that it's called a trim file that's for each injector. That's specifically when it's tested, put with that injector. It's supposed to be the optimal efficiency for that injector. So what you do is you set it, and then it tells you ECM to have that fire interval for that injector. It's this little number right here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to the cat UT. We're going to go to our main ECM, not our backup. And we're going to go, once it loads up, we're going to go to service, calibrations, injector code calibrations, and we're going to put in that injector number on 7, which was 9905. Boom, boom. Now that's programmed. We'll make sure we don't have the active codes. Go to our log codes. Do we have any log? Alright, what I gotta do to be able to set the overheads. In case you're not aware of how you set overhead on the engine, you set the valve flash, you get the pins on the engine. You get the pins on the engine, so I'm going to be pins on it right now. As soon as I get these bolts out, I'm going to remove this one to the valve. And I'll show you when I'm pins on it how to do that. Alright, now this is how you pins on the engine. Got the turner tool in there, and then there's a pin and the bolt and the cover that you use right here. And that's how you pin on the engine. There's a place in the flywheel where it pins into, and that's how you know when you're timing the engine. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to that cylinder, and I need to mark what my reference for what if I'm setting intake exhaust on that cylinder right now. And now, got all the valve covers pulled off. I'm just going to go ahead and set overhead on the entire engine. You'll get bad valve life when it's coming out too. So, got all valve covers off, got it set up on, let's see, should I play 1, 7, 3, yeah, these are tired. So, I'm going to go around, set the overhead, both sides, real quick. My injector setting block. This is how you set valves. So this is going to be for your injector. Set your injector height. The specific height right here on here is the specific height. When I set this and I put this dial indicator on and set it up to where it zeroes out, every time I'm zeroed on here, my height on my injector look inside our injector. There's that little tiny lip right there. Mounts. This little lip right there. That's where that rod is sitting at this height right here. The rod's gonna sit on there, and if it's at the correct height on the injector, it should be 0. When I set it on there, that means that it's the exact height that it should be. And if not, then I'll have to adjust it up or down. And then on my valves, I'm going to set it on there, and I'll show you how I use that one as well. Alright, we're going to go ahead and set the injector tool on there and see what we got. Now, I'm going to show you real quick. I got it set up properly. So, zeroed out on my main gauge up here. Also, my tattletale, we're zeroed out, and that's going to be for this specific height. So every time we're at this specific height, my gauge should read exactly how we're sitting right now. So, alright, I got the injector set on this side. I'm doing valves now, so let me show you a good example of the valve to how it's off. So I'm doing all the mark. That's called the compression stroke right now. You got a compression and exhaust stroke. I'm on the compression stroke right now, so I'm going to be doing all the marked valves and all the marked injectors. My exhaust tolerance is going to be 40 thou, and insane tolerance is 20 thousandths. And then you zero out on the injector tool like I showed you in the previous video. So I'm going to show you the valve setting tool now, and how to use it. Now we're on cylinder 7, compression stroke. We got our inlet valve that we're going to be setting, and to set that, we got our 3/4 here. We're going to center it as much as possible on our rocker shaft or our adjustment screw and nut. And we're going to go into the up position and actuate it up like a valve is opening. We're going to zero up here on our cat indicator, and then what we're going to do is we're going to go push it down like the valve is closing. And then what we're looking for on the indicator is 20 thou. So right now we're sitting at about 30 thousandths. So it's about a third over. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to back this adjustment nut off right here. And then I'm going to undo the adjustment screw and adjust the tolerance to make it 20 thou instead of 30 thou. And then I'm just going to go around the whole engine, do it all the marked ones, turn the engine over, pin time it again on the next stroke, on the exhaust stroke, and then I'm going to do all the unmarked ones. And there's going to be 48 valves and 12 injectors to set. That's 2 valves per head, and you got 12 heads. Now, after I'm done, should be able to go up, 0, and I should only go to 20 when I go down. Boom. Money. Over, I set all the valves on the marked stroke, the compression stroke, on your injectors and your valves. Now I'm on the unmarked stroke, and the way that I can tell that is because I'm going to have lash or plate over here and my unmarked ones. And if you notice on my marked, now this is going to be your closed position on your valve. It's better. It actually has lash. So this is your closed position when it's kind of like at a 45 slope like this. When it's pushed up like this is your valve opening. So your push rod right here is sitting on your cam down here, or through your lifter, and then your lifter is pushing up and going and pushing your push rod up. And once your push rod's pushed up, it's actuating on your rocker to send the pivot down and push down on your bridge, which is then going to push down your valves and open up your valves in the side of your head. So as this one's opening, you're going to have this one closing, and it's kind of like a synchronicity. You just open, close, open, close, open, close. As you're spitting fuel, combustion, getting compression in the chamber, you're sucking out and exhausting your combustion gases. Simple shit. That's how compression engine works. Instead of using a spark plug to create spark inside a cylinder to ignite the ignition for your fuel and compression from diesel at such a high compression rate, it's igniting the fuel itself. So we're just going around and setting all the valves. Right now I just need to set all my unmarked, and then I'll be done and I'll button her back up, and we'll run it and see what she does. Hopefully I can get good play out of 7 and be able to set it properly. Kind of worried about that, but we'll see about that. Alright, we got overheads done, we got a new injector at 7, everything's set. Try to clean it up a little bit, this thing's fucking dirty as shit. Got wool coming down from the breathing system, dripping all over the damn engine. And they're like, oh, we got wool leaks. Yeah, your fucking breather system dripping all over your engine. Just need to tighten up these clamps, fire it up, and blow this bitch up. Go ahead and fire it up and tighten up the clamps. Alright, so symptoms were heavy white smoking and idle. It would clear up after about 45 minutes running heavy, and then they were getting knocking in the engine room. All related to fuel-related issues. But part of the knocking was also because the exhaust valve was ticking because it wasn't opening and closing properly. But I was able to get enough flash out of it, so I'm gonna have to replace that today. But definitely something to take note of. And an idle. We're chilling, no smoke at all. Go down, idle it up, and then we'll push. Let's see what we got.